Hey guys, welcome back. Let's have one of those talks. One of those talks that you need to have. You need to have. I'm doing this because my brain is going to another place. What I meant with this is we need to take a little moment, to have one of those talks. I I have been, more or less. I haven't been so words. I've been very busy, and with that, time to read is not that good. And also, I don't want to go into like big series, big books, like something that is really time consuming and attention consuming. I want something that I can turn off and either listen to or just read, like just being peacefully taken from all of that it's happening here because of work and world and just life in general, and being transported to the world of books in a way that I don't have to build worlds and have to follow 59,000 characters. So that made me look into Goodreads lists. This I will get to it. It's the final idea here. It's coming. I have to explain how I get to it. Um, and I end up, when I'm like trying to find the right read for the moment, one thing that I do is that I think more or less what I want to read, and then grab not search for one of the Goodreads lists that people do with books inside that topic. And this time I went for books that were adapted as movies or were going to be adapted as movies. I searched, I think I looked at two lists. I think I looked at the lists of books that were being adapted this year and past adaptations. If you follow me on Goodreads, you might have noticed because I read things like Catch Me If You Can, The Shrek, Jumanji, Stuart Little. That was a big one that I liked. Which was it? I don't remember. Oh, 12 Years Slave. That was the one that I meant. Really loved it. Um, and since I was following the list, more or less, depending if I wanted to listen to it and it was on open library or not, or whatever resources I would want to use at the moment, I'm the next as I went, the next item on the list that fell was The Notebook. Now, I don't remember if I ever watched The Notebook as a movie. I know that I have at least watched like a couple of scenes when they were younger and on the boat. That's literally what I can remember of the movie. It's the boat scene, kinda on the when it starts to rain, and that kinda next to a car. So probably I haven't watched the movie, though there are some movies that I watched with my parents and maybe my mother in this case, and maybe she was watching and I was like sewing a doll's clothes or doing scrapbook or something, and I didn't really watch it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I have no idea because I didn't know what the story was about. I clearly did not know. I thought that it was about those two young fellas doing their thing, but that's just the beginning of it, because there's the part where both of them are much older, and it's about him telling her the story using a notebook where he has it written, and that's why the name, because yeah, of course. And I gotta say, I was proven wrong in one of my prejudices, because I always thought, eh, Nicholas Sparks, basic, like chick lit thing. Not exactly what I go to. I freaking love the Notebook. I enjoyed it so much that I cannot even. I just it. I could turn my brain off to it and just follow the story with its good moments and bad moments. And I was just like going with it, going with the flow. It is a kid story. It's not that. It's simple to follow. It's really good to listen to, and it's just like going with it. It's like, okay, I kind of want another one of this. And I went for Dear John. It was also made into a movie. It's basically about a guy that has some problems with his father that lives like near the beach, and then one day meets a girl there. But he was going to the military, and they enter in this long distance relationship, and then what happens with that relationship and their story basically. Again, I loved it. I mean, pretty enjoyable, really simple to follow. I love how these stories are more sad than happy, because it kind of feels more real, because there's like more bad moments than sad moments in life sometimes, and it just helps to balance it. Um, or at least not sad moments, but like difficulties, like hardships, and then helps. And I was just like going with it, and then I noticed the book had ended. I gave it also the 5 stars. I was pretty happy with it. I went to the library and I got 2 Nicholas Sparks books. Because, yes. And basically, I'm in the middle of A Walk to Remember. This was also a movie, I think. I kind of watched a bit of the trailers for it, but the trailers don't say anything about what the books like are, like the big. Those are good. How to say? Trailers now tell the story of the movie. You see the trailer, you don't need to watch the movie, but those trailers don't say anything. They do the setup, but don't reveal all the twists like they do. So those are good trailers. Old trailers, good trailers. Um, I'm like, this is a thin one. I will finish this one today. This one is about a high school student. I think it's high school. I think it's high school. Yes, high school student that well, is a bit of like not the good boy, not badly not the bad boy, but it doesn't really care about school and all of that thing, and he has to start caring a little bit more so he can his father can make him go to the uni that they want. And the girl in question, is um, the daughter of a priest, and she's very religious, always with the Bible. And this reads a little bit different from the other two that I mentioned, because this really does feel like it is told by the perspective of a young guy. I mean, he is older when he's telling it, but you feel that in that moment he's the 16 or 17, I don't remember, year old guy that it sounds young, let's say it like that. The observations, it's something that a teenager would say. Not saying that it's just what a boy would say and think, because I was never a boy, but as a girl I had similar thoughts sometimes. And if you don't have silly thoughts when you were a teenager, I don't know, because that's when all the silliness and stupid was created. And if you don't agree that all stupid was created when you were a teenager, I congratulations. I give you my congratulations, because I don't know how you did it, but stupid and teenager is just almost the same thing for me. Anyway, really enjoying this. I literally, first time ever, started reading and forgot the time to go back, because I usually turn off, but when it's a certain time, my brain just puffed. With this, I just kept reading, and it was like almost 1 hour later than when my brain starts to turn off, and I was still wanting to read it. I just had to force myself to put this down because I wake up stupidly early, and I cannot spend too much time reading in bed after sleeping because I need my sleep, because I do not function without a certain amount of sleep. And this one is a bigger one. It is The Guardian. I haven't read this. I usually don't go in depth in what the books that I want to read are. I know that this is about a woman that has lost her husband, and she has some time has passed. I think she either has a girl or a boy or two, or she has one kid or two, I don't remember. And she's like ready to go back into love life, and there's two potential people that she can go to, but there's going to be drama and some suspicious things. I don't remember the exact. There was deception and jealousy so poisonous that it has become murderous desire. That sounds a little bit of a step up from this. Also, this I'm reading it in Portuguese. The name is different in Portuguese, but it's a walk to remember. This one I'm gonna read it in English. This like mass market type book, and yeah. So, what have I learned? I learned that I am a little bit more prejudiced and biased than I think, or that I thought I was, and that I really enjoy Nicholas Sparks books. Who would have known? I wouldn't. If a couple of months ago you would come to me and say you're gonna be you're gonna be a Nicholas Sparks fan, you're gonna enjoy his books, I would have asked you what have you been smoking, because it's not the type of things that I usually go. And to add to it, this is not an offense to any American that is watching, but I am not really a fan of the American lifestyle slash dream. Not to say that I'm not a fan of the real deal, but I'm not a fan of what it's put out to us as like the American life and the American dream of like a family in the suburbs, like all the consumption and waste that it creates and all of the disposable things and all that. And nor a fan of like the religious part of it, because if you guys are new here, I used to say that I'm a pagan, but I'm spiritually a pagan, religiously an atheist, because I know that there is no gods and all of that thing. But let's not go with it. So all of that religious communities, even though I can see some of the good that it does sometimes, depending on the community itself and how more connected maybe people are because of churches, I do not like that. I do not like that those environments. I do not like the lifestyle itself, the pre-made houses. They are all equal with the devastation they have to do, like from land, and then you create all of those houses that look the same, and the lawns, and there is a lot of things that I do not like when with that. Again, I'm not saying that this is the true American way of living and how this is how all of you guys live. This is what it is portrayed as, American family type thing, lifestyle, dream, goal. So I'm not a fan of it. I'm just doesn't attract me, and I have consumed enough movies from America where that's the portrayal, and I'm just done with it. Now, even though lots of Nicholas Sparks books, especially this one. Dear John, religion was also a thing for the girl. This one, she's a religion freak. I have no idea how this will be. And on the notebook, I don't think they mentioned, or if they did, it was not that big of a deal. It doesn't bother me. I'm just like, fine, I'm reading about someone that doesn't have the same ideas and the same beliefs as me, but it doesn't, how to say, it doesn't take away um from the enjoyability from doesn't take away from me enjoying the book and the story. That's what I meant. Because it almost feels like it's not a true representation. Again, I say that true representation. I'm not saying that I describe as a true representation of the lifestyle in America, but it's not this book. Somehow it doesn't feel like exactly that on these books. It feels like the better, slightly fantasy made version of that, where bad things still happen, but there is like this this like shining aura of desirability surrounding it. It's really strange. I don't know how it is appealing to me because I do not like anything about that, and still I love the stories, even though it's not like the types of people. I don't even like military things because I do not have many ideas that go against uh, what the military and the United States do, but from the best that I um, can that I know about it. But anyway, this rant is going way too long. Oh my god, I need to stop it. Anyway, I found out that I like Nicholas Sparks. Do you also like Nicholas Sparks books? Do you? I'm clearly gonna finish The Walk to Remember, and I'm gonna do The Guardian. Do you guys have any other books that you think I should go after this? Because if I continue like this, I'm just gonna pick up Nicholas Sparks books as they they go very fast. I can just fly through a lot of them, and my library has a lot of them in Portuguese. So just tell me the title, I'll find out what is the name in Portuguese, and I shall read it if you guys think it should be the next one. Yeah, that's all for now, guys. Bye.